Okay, hello everybody. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. My name is Brian Nichols. Let's review the events that happened today in the combats world. The big events we had was UFC Fight Night, Rozenstruik versus Gane, and we also have a Canelo boxing match. I don't typically do boxing, but for the big events, because I would like to get into boxing a little more. Obviously, not as much as MMA. MMA is, you know, MMA is what I'm into, but I do want to get into some of the other sports like wrestling. I'm actually working towards hopefully next year to be to officiate wrestling. I want to learn more about wrestling. I want to learn about more jiu-jitsu. Hopefully, a little more time, COVID being cleared up, I can hopefully go back to an MMA gym here in Kansas City, learn more BJJ. I want to pay attention to more boxing. I want to learn more judo, blah, 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 blah. I want to get all that information. I feel like it helps me out understand a lot more because there's only so much you can learn about the drama and take so much. I want to start learning the technical things, you know what I mean? Anywho, so I'm trying to watch some more boxing here and there. But with MMA being my main sport, of course, let's talk about the UFC fights. If you haven't seen the fights, go watch them, come back, because I'm about to spoil them and talk about them. So let's get into it, shall we? Main event. We had Ciryl Gane defeating Jairzinho Rozenstruik, 5 rounds, unanimous decision. Initial thoughts. I actually had it muted, I want to say, from the second round on because I was watching the Canelo. It was crazy. I love MMA. It does get a little boring sometimes with the intros not being kind of cool. But then you see these boxing ones where they actually talked about it on the boxing broadcast. It took 7 minutes for Canelo to come out. His opponent there was standing there for 7 minutes. All right, again, we'll talk about that later. But with the commentary off during that main event, I don't want to say the post-fight interview with Felder and Gane, I'm going to butcher that all night. With Gane, even Felder mentioned exactly what I was going to say is Gane basically stood on the outside, boxed him up, basically kept his distance and just like frustrated Rozenstruik. I feel like Rozenstruik was just so, like, I don't want to say frozen, but I don't know if he didn't know what to do. Gane just looked like a massive, even though I think he only had a 3-inch reach advantage. He looked like he had a much bigger reach advantage, maybe because of his legs as well. I don't know if Rozenstruik was a little standoffish today. Maybe today wasn't just his day, but Rozenstruik did not look like Rozenstruik that I've seen. So, did you see what, fucking John Jones, man? They put up the tweet during I did read that. He's like, oh, these boys better learn how to, be more active when daddy comes home or something like that. I'm like, Johnny, stop. What are you going to do, John? You're going to come in, okay, maybe you beat Stipe or Ngannou, whoever it is. How many more times John is going to fight, dude? Like, are you really got to worry about Rozenstruik and Gane? Anywho, it was more of a calculated 5-round pick them apart. Not pick them apart like really, really pick them apart, just slow accumulation. Doink, 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 doink by Gane. I mean, not the most fun to watch, no, but to get a win, I don't want to say he comes out, pretty clean, but he kind of does. I don't think he took that much damage at all against Rozenstruik. Like, that's hard to say. But Gane, his feints was, dude, he's just kind of getting Rozenstruik to freeze. Rozenstruik was also, I think, just waiting for that perfect moment, too, just to throw. It even looked like he was, I can't even say that. You can see when a fighter is kind of waiting, ready to cock and throw something. Like, Rozenstruik didn't even look like that, dude. It was crazy. Then was it round 2? Did you guys see when Gane, I'd almost have to see the replay. He just almost, like, tossed Rozenstruik like he was fucking nothing. I was like, holy shit, like, tossed him against the cage. I was like, whoa. I kind of looked over and saw it. I'm like, huh? That was crazy. I want to go see a replay of that. That was pretty crazy. Anywho, for this, I mean, I don't want to say a great win for Gane. Like, obviously, yes, he's going to go up in the rankings. Does it really, like, really stack or make his stock go that much higher? I mean, it's a win against Rozenstruik, and the only person that's beaten Rozenstruik recently is Ngannou. So, it'll definitely get him up there. And, but is it get him a ton of new followers and fans really wanting to see him fight? Maybe not. But it gets him up in the rankings probably a little more? Sure. Rozenstruik, dude, just, I don't want to say back to the drawing board because you didn't get, completely plastered, but either you haven't been trained to know what to do at that point. He froze up with all the feints. He felt the power and just didn't want to go any further. Maybe he was a little worried, especially like the Ngannou. Granted, the Ngannou fight's way different than this one. But yeah, just back to the gym. That's all. Not a big loss. So that was the main event. Co-main, we had Magomed Ankalaev defeating Nikita Krylov by 3-round unanimous decision. I've felt like Nikita Krylov has been coming along. You can kind of see him getting better, but Ankalaev is just a fucking beast, What do I want to say about this? I want to say Krylov, I didn't feel like he really went for it in that third round. Like, I feel like he really had to go for it, and I just feel like he didn't go for it. It's unfortunate. I feel like Krylov's a good fighter. Will he ever be champion? I don't know. Maybe a gatekeeper. Hopefully not a gatekeeper his whole life. Nobody wants to strive to be the gatekeeper, But Ankalaev's a beast, dude. I'm looking forward to seeing him move up more in the light heavyweight division. So that fight was okay. The next fight, Montana De La Rosa and Mayra Bueno Silva, that ended in a majority draw after 3 5-minute rounds. De La Rosa is kind of lucky that she got that point taken away from Silva that first round, because if that wasn't the case, she would have lost. This is why. Now, I will say this. Great reffing. Taking that point away first try, because that was major. Like, I've seen other fights where they grab the cage, and it's almost like they're not exactly falling. They're literally tripping on the way down. Like, she wasn't falling like this, but she was sliding all the way down the cage, and then she grabbed it and stopped that momentum. Ref comes over. Who was that? Was that John Smith? No. Who was that ref? Shit. Mike Smith? I'm forgetting his name. He comes right over and he goes, "I'm taking a point." Like, or no, maybe it wasn't. God damn, I don't remember who it was. I'll look it up later. But great reffing, dude. That's what we want. Maybe I'm not speaking for everybody. From what I think when it comes to eye pokes, maybe I don't want to say maybe take a point on the balls, but I feel like some of these fouls from what I understand in the rules, it's almost like, was it intentional or not? Like, why are we judging things if they're intentional? Why are we judging intent during a fight? The intent is to hit the person. You are supposed to be in control of your weapons, of your limbs, of your attacks, right? Okay, I will say this. If you see the fighter getting hit, let's say in the groin or in the back of the head, they're actually turning into it. Okay, obviously, yes, their intent was to hit them, but not to hit them in the groin. But if it hits them, it's not on them because the fighter's kind of spinning into it or turning their head so it hits them like that. Like, nothing you do there. But if they're staying completely still and you hit them back of the head, while we understand it's not intentional, you can't do that. It's like everybody gets an automatic foul shot every fight, except for this one. While it wasn't a shot, that first foul, bam, point. That's what we want. Fingers in the eyes. Can we stop warning fighters about extending their fingers? They need to know this by now. I feel like even though the new rules, that's a whole different conversation. These rules aren't supposedly accepted across the board. Might as well let's just save fighters' eyes. Like, can we stop them? Stop giving them warnings. Tell them right before the fight, in the officials meeting. Say, hey, you extend your fingers. Maybe one warning, just a reminder, like mid-fight. Hey, Fingers are out. Do it again. It's a point. That's it. Yeah, I don't know. Drives me nuts. But anyways, okay fight. I feel like I was surprised. I thought Silva was gonna gas a little bit. But De La Rosa was getting pieced up, dude. I feel like she always comes out of her fights looking like she went through a fucking buzzsaw. It's crazy. So that was an okay fight. Moving on. Holy Jesus. Can we talk about this? Pedro Munhoz defeating Jimmie Rivera. 3-round unanimous decision. Can we talk about how Jimmie Rivera is too tough for his own fucking good? Let's go down the list of fighters that have been affected by calf kicks and ultimately led to a loss by a calf kick, or a calf kick, deading their leg and then leading to something else. I.e., biggest one you can use right now, Conor. Those calf kicks on Conor obviously affected him. He couldn't move. I'm sure obviously there was more to it, but then led to Poirier getting the knockout, right? Jimmie Rivera kept fighting like you could see he was affected, but he kept fucking going. That dude's leg is going to be fucked. It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. It's funny to hear about on the broadcast, Paul Felder and Michael Bisping talk about how this is going to be the ultimate fighting calf kicks if we don't just ban calf kicks. We're at the point where fighters are so confused and tired and everything of calf kicks, so they're just like, fuck it, just ban it. No. The answer is not to ban it. The answer is to figure out what the fuck to do to mitigate it, right? What is the defense to it? I have yet to hear somebody go, what is the defense to calf kicks? Has anybody actually discussed this? Should we look to, Taekwondo, to kickboxing, to other sports that actually possibly use the calf kick? I don't know off the top of my head. I'd have to do that research. But see, maybe that's a separate video. I should just go research what the fuck is the defense to a calf kick. Introduce that and be like, here, everybody, this is how you stop a calf kick. Because it's crazy how many people are implementing it but not defending against it. Because that's the thing, I think, when it comes to combat sports, I feel like it's not just MMA. I feel like I've heard this for boxing too, is everybody gets into the sport and loves the offense. Of course, you fall in love with the offense, right? But who's the number one combat sports athlete fighter you can think about that I don't want to say is all about offense, but holy shit, defense is insane? Floyd Mayweather, right? Floyd Mayweather is the most sound defensive combat sports athlete ever, I feel like, right? I don't know how anybody can argue with that. Motherfucker never gets hurt, barely gets touched ever, right? So not only if you're implementing that in the game, everybody else is. So you have to come up with a defense because you're going to get clobbered with it sooner or later. I think maybe that's what you need to do. You have to go through with it first to understand, okay, I need to sit down with my coach. I need to sit down with my team and say, well, that shit sucked. Let's not have it again. How do I defend it? Maybe that's the course to take. I think Dustin Poirier actually talked about that, where in one of his fights, God, what fight was it? I forget. Where he talked about how he's like, yeah, calf kicks from that fight sucked. So then, I worked towards implementing my game. I don't remember if I heard him say he worked on the defense, but then all of a sudden he's like, I want that in my game, right? So anyways, great win by Pedro Munhoz. He looked like a fucking beast. Jimmie Rivera's too tough for his own fucking good. But great fight, though. Okay, this fight. Jesus Christ, dude. Wait, so decision. Holy shit, how many decisions we have today? Holy shit. Okay, I just looked, 9 fights, one of them was an actual finish. Jesus, dude. Rough night for the UFC. Decisions aren't always fun. But, because some of them can be drawn out and like, but of course people love finishes, right? Let's go to the next decision fight. Alex Caceres defeating Kevin Croom after a 3-round unanimous decision. Let's talk about this. Alex Caceres should have finished that fight. Let's be real. Kevin Croom, I feel like, was so gassed from, I'd say, second round, halfway through until the end of the third round. Definitely the third round. He was so fucking gassed. Like, how did Alex not finish that fight? You know what I mean? I know last fight, this time around, Alex didn't mention anything. I feel like after the last fight, Alex is like, come on, I need more ranked fighters. I'm tired of fighting all the new guys, blah, blah, blah. I agreed. I'm like, dude, you're on a 3-fight win streak at that point? Yeah, you should maybe get a dude that's right on the cusp of rank 15, or maybe something right at the top, right at 15 at rank 14. Give him something. Give him something to start working towards, right? But nope, here they go. They give him another gentleman that's new to the UFC, Kevin Croom. What they say was his second fight in the UFC. Like, what the fuck? What did Alex do to the UFC? Like, Jesus Christ. But here he gets another win. Not the most beautiful win, but I don't want to say handily, okay? But he should have finished that. That finish probably would have made him feel better about saying, you know what? God damn it, I want a ranked opponent. Because he was like, yeah, a ranked opponent would be nice. It's like, dude, you got to make your case in this fucking organization. You know what I mean? So, okay, here's a fight that even though it goes decision, it was great. Thiago Moises defeats Alexander Hernandez, 3-round decision. I thought Hernandez I feel like Hernandez was maybe too technical for this fight. Again, this is me not having no experience in an actual fight, not even an amateur fight, even though I want to one day. But I feel like he was too technical. Moises was just fucking clobbering him in that third round. And Alexander's just kind of sticking to his jab, like, you know? It's like, dude, you're getting clobbered. You need to finish this fucking fight. Like, you need to put it on him. You need to get into fifth gear and do something. But Moises was just hawking shit, walking him down, clobbering him. It's like, dude, it might be deserved. I might have to look it up and see who got the bonuses, because I think that dude does deserve 50 grand bonus, because he goes to Dana and goes, hey, Dana, give me 50 G's and you want to buy a house. Like, get that motherfucker a house, you know? Holy shit. Is he still living in an apartment? Great fight. Great fight for Thiago. I want to keep tabs on that guy some more. Alexander Hernandez, I kind of expected more, I'll be honest. But, you know, it's only 4 losses, so he's still doing okay. Next fight, Alexis Davis defeats Sabine Mazzo. I think somebody on the broadcast said Sabrina. That's incorrect. 3-round unanimous decision. I honestly thought Mazzo was going to take this. I thought her striking game was going to be really well. I thought her takedown defense was going to be really well. Fuck, was I wrong there? Alexis Davis fucking clobbered her at some points. Like, wasn't super clobbering, in my opinion. Or, but she worked her. So good win there. And here we go. The next fight, the only one that actually has a finish. Ronnie Lawrence defeats Vince Cochero in the third round, 2 minutes 38 seconds in via KO, TKO, ground and pound. I'm trying to remember what the hell this fight looked like. Was that... Jesus Christ, was that the one that I maybe missed? Did I miss the only finish of the damn night? Fuck, I don't remember. Okay, we'll skip to that. Or we'll skip that one. Apologies. Moving on. The very first fight in the card, Dustin Jacoby defeats Mashem Grisham. That was 3-round unanimous decision. Fuck, I can't remember that. Dude, I gotta tune in more in these first fights. God, that's terrible. I don't remember. We'll move on. You know, I was not too happy that the Angela Hill and Ashley Yoder fight fell off today. I always love watching Angela Hill fight. I was super looking forward to that. I guess what I heard is Ashley Yoder's cornerman had COVID or something, so that's why that got canceled. What else got canceled? Alonzo Manifield versus William Knight got canceled from this card. Alex Oliveira had, 30 opponents, and they all fell through. What else? Emily Whitmire. It's like, I don't know. I want to like Emily Whitmire, but it's a rough. Yeah, so that's it for the UFC card. Let's switch real quick. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about boxing. Again, I don't watch boxing that much. I feel like the whole, which is hard to say because we almost kind of have the same thing with MMA where we have all these organizations. Each organization goes, here's the best welterweight in the world, blah, 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 our champion. It's like, is it though? Like, one championship says, here's our welterweight champion. It's probably not the best welterweight fighter in the world, right? You got to look at all the other organizations and kind of compare. So it sounds like the same thing's going on there with boxing is you have these organizations that have these TV deals, and the commissions that are all kind of tied, and WBO and all this other these commissions and stuff, and it sounds like, which is I feel like kind of cool, Canelo's actually trying to grab all 4 of those belts and then, dude, that's how you do it. Become the UFC light heavyweight champion. Go to Bellator, win the Bellator light heavyweight championship. Go to all these organizations, just fucking win them all. That'd be crazy. Yeah. But sounds like that's what Canelo's working on. Can we talk about a couple things? Number one, we started talking about this at the top. The whole intro being 7 minutes. Just stop, okay? Stop having a band come out and play their fucking discography for me for 7 minutes before Canelo can come out. Like, cool, have one song, but have the fighter come out, and walk out normal. Don't have them walk slowly with the rapper / musician next to them and the artist, and they have to do a dance with them and all this jazz, and we gotta have pyro, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, okay, it makes it look cool. But I still have flashbacks of, what was that boxing match I watched recently? It was the two heavyweights. Shit, I'm forgetting their names. Because the black guy there from the UK walked out with that heavy-ass armor, supposedly. He's like, it weighed me down. Like, dude, just stop. When it takes you 15 to 20 minutes for the intros to start a match, like, fucking kill me. Let's get this shit going. I paid for a boxing match or blah blah blah, not for theatrics, right? Anywho, so we had to wait forever for Canelo to come out. Finally comes out, and then I see the people wearing their mask, and I want to say on the mask, was that the belt, the green belt that they use for that commission / organization? Because when people are breathing, it almost looked like it was like opening up, like some underwater like fish or octopus or something. It was kind of fucking weird. I don't know if anybody else saw that. So that was weird. I was like, the fuck? And then, kind of a back and forth. Canelo's entrance being 7 minutes. The other dude, they're like, hey, he walks out. They're like, come on, get the fuck to the ring. It's like they played him his song. They're like, oh, come on. He gets there, and then they play this crazy intro video for Canelo. The band starts their discography, and they have to play for 10 minutes before he comes out. It's like, but whatever. It was like kind of fucked up for his opponent there, even though I don't. Yeah. So let's see the match itself. What was this? What was the? I think the odds was like 50 to 1 or something. So that was insane. Yeah. Let's talk about, like, it's cool that Canelo is wanting to unify all his belts. That's cool, right? But this whole thing in boxing where there's a requirement to fight, like stay busy fights, like, cool, yeah, I want to see Canelo fight too. Do I want to see Canelo fight a guy like that? No. Maybe it's because I don't want to say maybe I am spoiled. I feel I'm spoiled with the UFC where John Jones would always fight the guy at the top of the queue, right? He would fight Dominic Reyes. Or look at Izzy. Dude, he fought Robert Whittaker, and then he's like, give me the toughest motherfucker in there. Yoel Romero, give me him. Give me Borrachina next. These dudes just taking fucking killers left and right. Right? What is Canelo doing? He's fighting a dude that everybody's giving odds of 50 to 1 in his next bout. Like, we want to see Canelo against fucking competition, right? We don't want to see him just have fucking tune-ups. UFC, you don't get tune-ups. People talk about that all the time. I can riff about this all day. I'm already 24 minutes in. But anyways, it's never going to get me into boxing, just watching these champions just do tune-ups every so often before they have to do a bigger match, It's whatever. I mean, it's okay. And then they announced that on Cinco de Mayo of this year, Canelo will be fighting or boxing Billy Joe Saunders, if I remember correctly. So I want to look into Billy Joe Saunders some more. I really don't know much about him. So that'll be cool. I'll probably watch that. So with that, I think that's everything. I hope everybody's having a good, let's see, what is today? February 27th? Yeah, it's 27th. Jesus Christ. We're already almost 2 full months after Christmas. Can you believe it? So if you've seen it all the way through, thanks for watching. Leave any comments in the video, dude. I haven't really had anybody leave any comments recently. Say something. Say hi. How are you doing, dude? I'd love to talk to more people about MMA. I have some friends that are kind of into it, but not as much as into it to me. And if I have somebody watching this video and you actually watch it all the way through, dude, I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to talk about MMA. I'd love to shoot the shit, you know. So, anyways, anything else? I think that's it. So, everybody have a good rest of your weekend. Let's see what. Oh fuck! I can't end this video without talking about next weekend. Can we talk about the stacked fucking pay-per-view next week? Holy shit! We got Polish Power, dude. That's all they fucking say for Jan is Polish Power. Jan Blachowicz defending for his first defense of light heavyweight against Izzy, right? Israel Adesanya moving up from middleweight to take him on. And then we got Megan Anderson hoping to defeat Amanda Nunes at 145. Is Amanda Nunes ever going to go back down to 135? I remember seeing the video when she went up to 145. I think it was after she beat Cyborg. She released a video to Dana. She's like, Dana, I don't know if I'll ever go back to 135. And she's like lifting her jeans and her ass cheeks are just sticking out. She's like, I can't do it. I was like, what the fuck? And then we have Peter Yan fighting Aljamain Sterling. Like, oh my god. And then Mr. Cruz is the headline of the prelims. Like, fuck. I looked at that card. I was like, this shit is stacked. I might do a preview video of that. I don't know, but looking forward to that. I already prepped the wife. I'm like, hey, I'm busy Saturday. You know, I'm doing my stuff in the morning. Then that's it. You know, pay-per-view night. Like, that's it. So, anywho, I'm gonna stop it there. Everybody have a good rest of your weekend. Prep for next week. Get your body ready. Drink enough water. Be nice to people. Be safe with COVID, and hope you and your loved ones and friends are safe. And talk to you guys next week. All right. Peace out.